Hello, everyone. So, our topic for today deals with text structures. Text structures is something, according to the experts at GED, is something that's a high impact indicator, and it's something that many people struggle with. So, we're going to spend this week working on text structures. So, here I found this worksheet, and I love a picture. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a visual learner. So when I see something, when I see a picture, it helps me to make sense of it. So we're going to go through the 6 types of text structures, most common types of text structures. To start is the chronological. Which passage is chronological? Put information from the passage onto the graphic organizer. So it's almost like when you think about your life. When you think about your life, I was born January 29th, 1974, to Douglas and Dolores Green. In 1992, I graduated high school. In 1996, I graduated college. In 2011, I took a job as an assistant principal. In 2015, I took a job as a adult education director. So I'm talking about my life in chronological order. What happened first, second, third. These words are indicators of chronological order, and also dates. So, like when I mention years, 1974, 1992, when you put those dates in order, you put things in the chronological order. And here they have, like, first event, earliest point in time, second event, third event, most recent point in time. So you see that there's an order based on time. So when you think about chronological order, think about time. Then you have compare and contrast. Put information from the passage onto the graphic organizer. So there's going to be a passage, and you're going to be asked to see how things are alike and how things are different. I want to take you back to elementary school when you use the Venn diagram. It looked like 2 circles together, and the 2 circles have a place where they meet. And where the circles meet, that's what they had in common. And then on the outside, on the parts of the circle that weren't touching each other, then that's how they were different. So when you think about compare and contrast, you're talking about how things are alike or similar and how things are different. So that's pretty clear cut. So compare and contrast. And the thing about compare and contrast, usually when you're thinking about compare, you're talking about how things are alike. And when you talk about contrast, you're talking about how things are different. So those are 2 words that you might want to try to remember. Um, the next one is which passes in sequence. Now, sequence and chronological order have a lot in common, but the sequence will happen first, second, third, fourth. So we're going to look at some passages to see the sequence. Like, for instance, all through school, you have been asked to write paragraphs about telling somebody how to do something. So you had to tell them in a sequence. If I was going to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I wouldn't tell you first thing I was going to do is smack the 2 breads together, pieces of bread together and smush it, because that's what I do at the end. So I would start with what I would do at the beginning, such as getting the materials that I need to make the sandwich. Which passage is in cause and effect? So cause and effect. All right. So because this happened, it has an effect. And right here in this particular example, you're going to have 2 different causes evidently in the passages, and it has one effect. Sometimes you have uh, a cause that has multiple effects, or you might have multiple causes that have one effect. So when you think about a cause and effect uh, relationship, think about the cause as to what happened first. So, for instance, I didn't study for my test. What was the effect? I didn't do very well on my test. I was also put on punishment. So that's the cause and effect relationship. My little video piece that I'm using is going to run out of time, so I'm going to have to do a separate one for problem solution and chronological problem and solution. We've already done chronological order, so I don't know why it's on there a second time. So I will have to do a separate video for problem. Well, I have problem and solution here, so I'm